Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for the truth? Are you ready to accept the truth? Are you ready to embrace the truth? Are you ready to apply the truth in your life? Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, you are at the right place. You are in the right place at the right time, in space and time, in this very moment. See, what I'm about to tell you is going to be nice and it's going to be nice, short, and brief. Just hear me out. Okay? Just hear me out. I'm going to give you the history of the world in a nutshell, and the various mechanisms and organizations that have been put in place for the God of this world. Because if you don't believe that they are spiritual entities whom the ignorant call UFOs, unidentified flying objects, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a nice, short, sweet, and short video. Listen to this. The foundation of everything. Let me just tell you. Now, we all know the story of the original sin. Okay? So we all know the story of the original sin. You know, how men fell from grace. I mean, as I have explained this to you many, many times over, as if you needed to hear it. But check this out. When we humans were first created on this planet, the whole purpose, the whole point was to live forever, for eternity on this planet, because we are earthly beings created by the great I Am, who many people call God. Ever since we fell from his race, it was all downhill from there. And we are living it, and we are seeing it with our own eyes. And most people on this planet are actually feeling it. They are sweating the blood, and they are crying the tears. The blood and sweat and tears. The shedding of innocent blood. The shedding of human blood upon this planet. The sweating of hard work. You know, there's never enough to make ends meet. Tears. The tears rolling down the eyes of the hungry, of the suffering, of the moms whose kids are being killed every day. So ever since we fell from grace, we have been stuck in rebellion. Because since we have been like this forever, we just figure we might as well be bad at it. Human beings have been the most ridiculous clowns upon this earth. We are clowns before the spiritual entity, the evil ones, the devil, the fallen angel, the Nephilim, however you want to call them, the demons that played with the human imagination, that plays with the human mind, who make sure that human beings do not know who they are, when in reality they are the enemy. That's why people call them UFOs, because they are lost. You understand? You feel me? And ever since then, he has established his empire upon this planet, and he has tricked humanity into self-destruct. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong. You can do your research on this. We humans have the capability of destroying ourselves 50 times over off the face of the earth. As if one wasn't enough. Okay? As if once wasn't enough, 50 times over. Of course, the Creator is not going to let that happen, but that's the reality that we find ourselves in. Believe it or not. So obviously, the genie has come out the bottle, and he has been whipping our asses left and right. And he has taught his disciples very good tricks and very good, effective psychological games. But let me get into what I read. Then I read some Bible verses. Then I give you my summary. All right, because I want to make this nice and sweet. So obviously, there's been an eternal battle between good and evil, between God and the devil. There's no denying that. You can think that this is some kind of a figure of my imagination. By the way, before I keep going, don't forget, I'm going to send you two links and maybe 3. Okay? So please look at them under the description. So the devil has created religious establishment. And through those religious beliefs and establishment, the practice of idolatry has always been done upon this earth. Okay? Which came with the Babylonic ideology, where people used to worship the Baal, the demons. Okay? Where Nimrod and his mother, Semiramis, okay? Nimrod's mom, see, Nimrod was so evil that he killed his own dad and married his mother. Okay? Let's keep going. So they created the Babylon ideology, where you worship the Baal, the devil. Then came through time the theory of evolution. And the reason that this theory was created with Mr. Charles Darwin, ladies and gentlemen, is because Darwin was a eugenic. He was a eugenicist. Okay? That is, the theory of evolution tell people, hey, you are a creation without a creator. You just got here by accident. You came out of an explosion. We are animals. So why don't you behave like one? And that's exactly what we're doing. Worse than animal, because animals are actually driven by instinct. We have a mind that we use for evil purposes. And I know because I've done some evil things in my life. Okay? I sold drugs, ladies and gentlemen, as I was growing up in New York. That's where I grew up. That's why my firstborn is on standby, which means that God didn't let my firstborn live. My wife lost her firstborn, but he blessed me with 2. So all together I have 3 kids. And they're all big. The 2 that I have, they're big. 25 and 24 years old. Let's keep going. And when I say it's on standby, it means that is a link between God and my Creator. Because since I helped people destroy themselves when I was single, selling drugs, then God wasn't going to allow me, wasn't going to bless me to give me my firstborn. And I accepted. I accepted it. And He's right. Let's keep going. Then came movements. See? Because we are creatures that are drawn by movement. We are followers. Movements such as the KKK, which were created by the Democrats. Instead of the Democrats, I call it Democrats. B, civil rights movement pushed by Martin Luther King. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Martin Luther King, he didn't want to do this because he knew he was going to be used against his own people. And after they used him, they killed him. And they used his own people to kill them. The ERA movement, the Equal Rights Amendment, ladies, that was the birth ideology for the feminist movement. Feminism is synonymous to Satanism because it destroyed the family. And to prove that, abortion rights. See how clownish we have become? How can you fight for your right to destroy life? You cannot get any more satanic than that. How can you fight to get the right to kill what God has created, what God has given you? We don't make no sense. And yet we have the audacity to tell our young people to value life. We are hypocrites. We are the most hypocritical clowns on this planet. Because we are the only ones with a mind that we don't use. We have never reached our potential because we have allowed the enemy, the demons, to possess us. And that's why we are doing so many crazy things. Let's keep going. Abortion right. The LGBTQ movement. Lesbian, bisexual, gay, and queer life. Is that something that a creator will agree with? We don't care. Remember, we are animals. We came out of evolution, right? At least that's what they want us to believe. 2, Me Too movement. Are you freaking kidding me? Women crying that they were sexually abused by powerful men when that's been the history of this world. In fact, let me give you a little details. I'm going to see if I can find some articles. And I guess you could do your research online. Oprah Winfrey. What? No. What's the name? Oprah Winfrey. I mispronounced her name. I'm sorry. Oprah Winfrey. She and all these famous artists like Madonna and what was the Julie Jolly something, that they all get kids from Africa, black little kids. Do you know why? It's part of the curse. It's part of the, if it's kind of the punishment that the devil has going for us, and that God has allowed because we have forgotten Him. These ladies bring kids over here like Oprah Winfrey. You know, it was so nice, right? She founded a school in Africa, and it was nice, and every kids were going to school and everything. While kids are going hungry here, and kids are suffering on this planet. I mean, in this side of the United States. So they go over there and they bring those kids over here, and they do all kinds of things to this, especially sexual exploitation, ladies and gentlemen. Not to mention child sacrifice. Are you hearing me? And that came out on the news. That's good that she found it. And by the way, look at the people that she used to hang out with. Mr. Weinstein. Let's keep going. So Me Too movement, all this movement have nothing but a distraction to keep you distracted, okay? Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, no justice, no peace. No justice, give me a freaking break. Let me tell you, do you know what justice is? Do you know what peace is? In fact, let me give you a little homework. There has never been peace upon this planet. And here you are crying for peace. Breaking news. Spoiler alert. There has never been peace. Hey, if you are Black Lives Matter, listen to this. There has never been peace or fairness or lack of abuse upon this planet. Since we were created, since the flood came and destroyed the first humans, the generation of Adam and Eve, and then the generation of Noah that came out of Noah's ark, 8 people, we were still the same. And remember, the spirits never died. They were still attacking humans. But let's keep going. Black Lives Matter. Really? If Black Lives Matter, why are you inciting violence against black people? Black on black crime. You know, it is so ironic. You know that there are more white people on Black Lives Matter than there are black people? And we still are so blind that we don't even see. We don't see the truth. We don't see the real deal behind this, the real agenda. Because we think we know it all. We think we know. By knowing history, we think we know it. No, we don't know shit. We don't know nothing. We don't know squat until you get to know this book and the history of the 10 tribes of Israel, which is where you came from, where the Hispanics, the blacks, and the Native Americans came out of. And we all came from the Indian race, La Raza. Believe it or not, the brown people, hey, brown people is it's colorless. God is, you are neither white nor black. So it doesn't matter whether you black, white, or brown. I still love you. So Black Lives Matter is a slap on the face of the. It's a slap on the face. It's an insult to black people's intelligence, but they don't care. In fact, racism has been declared a national emergency in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot get more hypocritical than this. and people don't see it. So they're right. We black people, my black people are stupid. Yes. We don't see the game being played here. They singing a lullaby so that we go to sleep because the slaughter is coming. The slaughter of our people is coming and we don't see it coming. It's so sad. That's why George Soros financed Black Lives. Do you think that he's doing that because he loves us? Let's keep going. Antifa, a movement that is actually control Black Lives Movement all over the place. In Portland, Seattle, Chicago, Detroit, all over. Antifa, really? Anti-fascism? Are you kidding me? So ridiculous. These are violent young men that destroy property, that don't obey laws. Hello. Now, these are the evil organizations that run basically this planet. The CDC, NASA, Big Pharma with the vaccine, which they are working on, ladies and gentlemen. Warp speed, they call it. The EDA, the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration. You want to know what a joke that agency is? That when I used to sell drugs back in New York, many, many years ago, ladies and gentlemen, where I grew up, we used to sell drugs to Drug Enforcement Administration agents. But you know what? We back in them days, there was something called entrapment, where they couldn't take us to court if they used the drugs right in front of us. And they sniffed it. Because the Drug Enforcement Administration is nothing but a drug dealing organization. Those are the guys that actually keep the drugs in our community. Yes, in our Black and Hispanic community. And then the Native Americans. Have you been to a Native American reserve? You want to see some heavy drug use? Go to one of them places. 5, the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the CIA, the WHO, World Health Organization. 8, politicians. And 9, the scientific community. 10, the medicine community. 11, education. Now, I love it when people say that, they love Donald Trump. They say, oh, Donald Trump, but Donald Trump, Donald Trump don't give money to the WHO organization. Guess what? He may not give it to WHO, but it's just going through all the channels, it's going through the CDC, okay? It's going through the CDC and through a vaccine organization, what is it called? Run by Bill Gates. Do you know that Bill Gates is pushing the vaccine? George Soros is pushing the riots and the disturbance in the United States, social disturbance. And Donald Trump knows both of these things, and he's not doing anything about it. He's just keeping you happy by sending you a $1,200 check. Which, by the way, they're working on the second one. Have you seen the video from Russia? They don't walk around with masks. They don't have no coronavirus the way we have it here. People enjoy life. There's no social distance. You know why? Because the United States has to fall first. The United States is the bitch right now being worked. Because once she falls, then the new world order comes in. They're not interested in Russia. Russia is just sitting back and waiting. Okay? So going back to the civil rights movement, ladies and gentlemen, before then, you know that a civil war was about to start in the United States, and they used Martin Luther King to pacify the people. He was the pacifier, to make the people docile, because that's what religions does. And they gave and through Martin Luther King, people saw him as a savior. And but ladies and gentlemen, we are still underdogs. Not because the white men chose to do this to us. It has nothing to do with white men. It has to do with us. We are the ones that did this to ourselves by forgetting about our Creator. Okay? So the New World Order is already here. The Civil War is already here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? The Civil War is already here. There's always been a civil war between good and evil. It's just been on a spiritual, on a kind of a spiritual level, because everything is. Okay? All right, now let's hit the book and then we are going to close. Oops. Let us go to Job chapter 9, verse 24. Job chapter 9, verse 24. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time, because as you can see, time flies. If not, I finish it tomorrow. Job. Job 9, verse 24. Check this out. Job 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So we were the judges upon this planet, and we will be again. But ladies and gentlemen, we don't see because we are blind. Now let's go to Jeremiah 10 and show you how followers, how deep we follow the rabbit hole. Chapter 10, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree. It's verse 2. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus says the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. We always looking for weird objects in the sky. And then people go up to the mountaintops and to see eclipses and all of that. Nothing impressed me. That's exactly when you are with the Creator, nothing impresses you, ladies and gentlemen. Now quickly, let us go to Matthew 16, verse 24. What you need to do in order to follow your Creator. Thus said Yahushua, Christ, unto his disciple, if any man would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Okay? As long as when you don't deny yourself and you remain and you want, just be yourself, they tell you, then you are trapped. Now, James 4, chapter 4, verse 4 says the following, and I'm done. You adulterers and adulteresses, know you not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. Case closed. So you feel me? And what is Black Lives Matter? Everybody's supporting Black Lives Matter. The sports world, the entertainment world, people all over the planet, and they think that's good. Damn God, right? God is not doing anything for me. Let the world give me power. Let the woman kiss my feet. And that's how we are being destroyed. So we created the circumstances that brought us here. And these people are exploiting our weaknesses like the devil that they are. And they're trying to make us feel good. Aunt Jemima, out. NBA, Black Lives Matter. Baseball, Black Lives Matter. In the meantime, people are killing each other in Chicago. Hundreds of thousands of kids are being aborted by the black woman, by the Hispanics. Okay, you understand? This is the raw truth, whether you want to accept it or not. We are in a big rabbit hole where the racism does not exist, ladies and gentlemen. You got to understand that this is a fight for our destruction. We are self-destructing ourselves. We are the racists against us. That's why certain black lives matter. Not all of them. Not little kids getting shot in Chicago, where they have set us up bringing the drugs and the guns in the government. And we are following, trying to make that money. Little do we know that the dollar will crash very soon. Without God, you will be lost. And we are, like I said, they are singing us a lullaby by giving us money. So please look for your Creator. Ask for Him to forgive your sins. And may God bless you always. May God bless you. And I will pray for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a joke. This is not some conspiracy theory.